What's up everyone, Spencer Su here, your tech realtor of the Bay Area. What does a Biden presidency mean for Bay Area real estate? What are my predictions? Tune in and find out. Before we dive in, it's important to understand the general Biden plan before understanding what the impacts are. However, it's not certain that these plans can actually be implemented given the Democrats did not get full control of the government. Given what we have seen of the current Senate race, my personal bet is that it will remain fairly neutral and we will not have a blue wave, which would limit what Biden can potentially do. However, let's go through these items that may impact the market. Here are the fundamental principles for housing. The main things he'll focus on is creating more housing, subsidies for lower income individuals, having more energy efficient and resilient homes. But what does this all mean for Bay Area homeowners, renters, and investors? Here are the main impacts. This particular one is for investors. Biden plans to eliminate 1031 exchanges. What is a 1031 exchange? A 1031 exchange is where a landlord can exchange an investment property to a like-kind property, deferring any sort of taxes on the gains. It's a common strategy for people to be able to trade up or diversify to different properties. For example, someone owning a single-family rental can trade up to a larger, more expensive multifamily unit somewhere else without having to pay property gains. Alternatively, someone owning a single-family home in the Bay Area can sell to buy multiple single-family homes somewhere else. This ability causes more activity in the real estate market. Otherwise, people have to strongly consider their alternatives if they were to have to pay some sort of capital gains tax. Now, what is a common strategy of deferring taxes? It's basically pairing this strategy of 1031 with the step up in basis tax policy. When people inherit assets after the death of a family member or a relative, all of those supposed gains are actually wiped out, and the new person that inherits this home has their baseline adjusted. Let's take an example. If a family bought a home 10 years ago for $100,000 and today it's worth $200,000, if that person passes away, the family can inherit the home, and if they choose to sell it for $200,000, there is no tax on it since the stepped up basis is $200,000. I personally don't see this as a bad thing, but it is up for discussion. Now, this is the one that will hurt the wealthiest the most. Biden wants to tax long-term capital gains as ordinary income for taxpayers with more than $1 million in annual income. Right now, profits for the sale of assets you've owed for a year and a day are either at 15 or 20%, depending on your income threshold. Biden proposes raising the top rate to 39.6% for the highest earners, which is pretty intense. This is not just for real estate, but also for stocks, which would surely hurt the stock market and the real estate market altogether. It'll be very difficult for anyone to consider selling a home, especially here in the Bay Area. If you thought it was low inventory now, imagine that kind of effect. Now, what are the positive catalysts for home buyers? Biden will provide a stimulus for first-time home buyers by creating a $15,000 refundable advanceable tax credit. The last time this was in place was when the government provided $8,000 checks in 2009 to boost the housing market. It had a really strong impact at that time to boost the confidence. So it's going to be really interesting to motivate people to go from rentals to ownership even faster. So I suspect first-time home buyers in those types of properties will be red hot. Overall, as mentioned, it's not likely that the Senate will be Democrat controlled, hence why the stock market shot up the way that it did. It seems we'll likely be in the status quo for the next 2 years until 2023, but you never know. The strategy, if you believe that we will get control by the Democrat, is really to sell your house now. It's not going to be good if you have to sell over the next few years if these plans do get put in place. As a home buyer, I would suspect prices will probably increase a lot if these get passed because of the $15,000 stimulus credit, but also way less inventory. People will not want to sell their house, so you're going to be competing against a lot of people. The plans for more density is a great goal, but construction takes a long time, and there are so many hoops to jump through. Also, at the end of the day, there's only certain areas that can build high density, which is already happening if you've been checking out my series of the new developments of each city. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions or would like to discuss your thoughts about the real estate market, let's talk. I'm never too busy to have a private conversation and share how I can help you every step of the way. If you would like to casually browse homes, feel free to search on my updated website with the link below. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and click on the little bell. You'll be notified every time I release a new video. Thanks for tuning in to another episode, Engineering a Better Life Today. Thanks for making it to the very end of my YouTube video. If you like the content, please hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that little bell as well, since it'll give you notifications of when my next episode is. If you know of anyone that is considering to buy or sell a home here in the Bay Area, I'm never too busy to help more people. Always welcome to have a conversation, regardless if you're ready to go right now or if you wanted to buy 5 years later. Click on that calendar link and then you'll be able to book an appointment with me and love to have a conversation about your situation. In the meantime, I also do have a monthly newsletter, so feel free to hit that link below and then you'll be able to get my updates, personal updates that I write once a month in terms of what is going on with the market and some of my latest activities. Hope to see you at the next one. Thank you.